Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Sean's Thoughts. And today I will be talking about why I think Marvel is doing better at making movies than DC. Well, for starters, Marvel's storylines have made it better because they have better storylines, and which equals better content for movies, and stuff is sort of that has that kind of process. On the other hand, DC does not choose the correct storylines for it, nor do they choose characters that they can base off and create the Justice League. The reason why the Justice League movie was not good was because they didn't really build movies up to it. And that's my main reason why I think Marvel is doing better at making movies. Another reason is because Marvel's done it better because they spent years of spending to it, and that's pretty much a big deal because they did it correctly and they spent time on it and chose a story log to go by and such. That's why they've done better. But DC's movies have not been good since the last Dark Knight movie, and that tells you a lot about how much DC has put in, and the people that own the rights to make movies for DC have not really been given it their all and their effort to make good movies and try and choose one timeline to connect everything. And as such, they didn't pay attention and use their um fan base that's already gone on through the shows that they've made with CW, such as Arrow, The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Supergirl. I think Stargirl has one now. And Batgirl now these days. They didn't really use their fan base with that, and that could have probably helped in ensured that they could have put some of the skills that they already have through those shows into the movie, and I think into the Justice League movie, and I think that would have made it a lot better, but they didn't do it. Um, and that's another reason why Aquaman was not a good movie really much. It's because they don't really pay attention to the cues on stuff like this, and it's was very slow. I didn't personally watch it, but I have plenty of friends that have. I told them it wasn't going to be a good movie because of certain reasons. Um, and another reason that it wasn't really a good movie is because there's so much talking that goes in. Look at Batman versus Superman. That could have been a really good movie for them to put out there, but no, they decided to put so much talking into it. It put most people to sleep, and anyone that tells you differently and watch the whole movie, well then, I guess something little wrong up there, or they just don't really care, or they bigger fans of listening to what's going on. When I see a hero movie, you need action pack things that keep you entertained through it out the movie, which is why DC is not doing well and Marvel has, because they have so many movies where they have the right timing for stuff like with action and villains and stuff like that keeps you going and keeps the plot going and creates the details of what's going on and makes it a better story to watch or better movie or whatever you want to say about it. And as far as everything that I think that should be done better, I think that they should pay for DC especially. I think they should pay more attention to what the fans want and what they should do for the stories if they want to make movies in the future. I think they need to find a story, find a character to start out with, find a secondary character to kind of push it together, and then keep that going until you can find five or six of the original characters for the Justice League or whatever, and then forge those characters together over 4 years or 5 years, however long it will take. That's my reasoning for why Marvel has done better. They spend time and use it and listen to the commentary of fans and comics and stuff. They pay attention to the details and all that. They make it their own thing and the dream of everything, you know? What's going on and everything. They choose what's best to go in the stories and everything. Which is why I kind of think that Disney Plus is Loki. I think they're coming out with a Vision and Wanda show, uh, uh, Winter Soldier and Falcon show, and all those. They're gonna do a really good job, and I think they're gonna come out with a Hawkeye show too. I think they'll do really well because of those reasons. They spend their time and effort and making it what needs to be great and everything. Uh, um, couple details I think why DC needs to step up their game is because they're not really trying at all when it comes to paying attention to what the characters need to be at the level at the by the time that they should have made a um lit they should bring back like a bunch of characters that would do really well and everything. I think they should have waited to make the Justice League movie until they had a lot more movies that would do well, and they could create a big cast for characters, you know. But they didn't, and we're stuck with what we got now. Um, I like personally my preference. I like Marvel a little bit more when it comes to movies, and not shows right now. But that's just because they don't have very many shows. And show that I will watch with Marvel is, of course, Agents of Shield. I'll watch more DC shows because there's a lot more out there and it does better in content and continuity and everything. Especially, it's better than their movies that have come out. So I enjoy those shows myself, but I think that DC could spend a little more time into giving it uh, a, a little bit of effort, and a whole lot of everything would do them much better, and they pay attention to details of what's going on and shows that they have out or stuff that's related to the DC universe and stuff, and pay more attention to what's in the comics and everything, uh, and make it their own thing, and make sure the directors and everything are really committed to doing everything the correct way, you know. Another thing is that they need to, I think they should spend time into creating a big universe like the shows did, you know. It took them a long time and a lot of effort, and when DC makes movies like this, like they did with Batman versus Superman, kind of hurts the fan base, you know. Um, Marvel, on the other hand, I think is doing really well, and I like it a little bit more than DC, but that's my preference on everything when it comes to the shows and stuff. So, what's yours? Drop some likes and stuff down in the comments, and like and subscribe. Thank you, and to be continued.